We greet you with love this beautiful Monday morning. It's this, what's it now? The 31st day in the month of October 2022. Final day in the month of October. It's now 7 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. My name is Richie B.
You're surely DJ All is in the building.
I'm listening to the song you're playing from Protégé. And that reminds me to remind the nation that, in fact, Jamaicans are being encouraged to brace for heavy rains, they say today. Yeah. And even strong winds as a possibility, as an area of disturbed weather now is over the central Caribbean and is heading towards the island. That came out late yesterday, and up to press time, the Met Service was saying that the system could develop into a tropical storm, and that could form south of the island. So we can expect throughout today unstable weather, windy conditions, and increased rainfall, mainly across northeastern and southern parishes, starting sometime in the afternoon today. So I was wondering if I was the only one who got the memo, because I dressed up in my jacket and my hat and all the kind of stuff. You look like you're expecting a bright sunshiny day.
Listen, I will tell you.
Is it that you don't believe what the weather prognosticators are saying?
Well, Richie, let's see. You know, we got a little bit of it
yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's see how you feel about this. Periods of showers and thunderstorms should be expected across sections of most parishes, with windy conditions mainly across southern parishes. So if you're heading out this morning, you might want to be dressed like you're expecting some rainfall, because that's a high possibility. This is Top of the Bridge, Up and Go, and we're going on till 10 o'clock this morning. Let's do it. It's time now for
WTF.
What the Fact?
Alright, you don't want to know. Oddly, I got jealous. Sea lions can keep a beat. Yep, they can move to a beat, Richie.
Wow.
So it turns out sea lions love to rock out to their favorite music. Scientists at UC Santa Cruz have discovered sea lions are the only other mammals besides humans that can keep a beat. Apparently we have a clip about of a very lovely sea lion named Ronan. She is a sea lion at the University of California, Santa Cruz, and also a very competent dancer. According to her trainer, she's also the first non-human mammal that can independently keep a beat. Watch out, man. Hey, Backstreet Boys, shout out to you.
Yeah, right to the rhythm. Go.
I didn't see that. Right after that, she gets get her army. I love that.
Yeah, man. Ronan look good.
Ronan is a good look. So parrots.
With a bigger dance.
me underline the good.
I know you to play.
No.
But interesting fact also that parrots and other birds have been known to dance to a beat, but up until now, it wasn't clear if they were the only ones with a sense of rhythm. The leading theory, partially sparked by videos like the one on our stream a while ago, was that a capacity for vocal mimicry was a prerequisite for recognizing a beat. So, big up Ronan.
Yeah,
Charman.
definitely. Yeah, it's a good look.
Big up the fact that she know Backstreet Boys too.
Trust
It's
me.
a good look.
Yeah, man, she's on the beat.
She's a fan, obviously.
Yeah.
But you talk about parrots. The bigger issue is really when they start, let off some argument and take your business. Yeah, parrots have been responsible for a few broken marriages, I'm told. Oh gosh. Anyhow, we're not taking the spotlight off. What's your name?
Ronan.
Yeah, it's a good look. And that's a fact that we must enjoy and also remember as we go through the day. That was WTF.
What the fact?
Time for updates.
Richie, from here, some aside, you know, I gotta talk about my brother, Ye.
Oh gosh.
Kanye. Ye apologizes for many things, but we're gonna highlight the fact that he apologized for the George Floyd comments, and he says God humbled him. So what's happening is that Kanye says the recent developments with his billionaire status ending after his Adidas deal was cut short is God humbling him, and he now knows what it feels like to have a knee on his neck. Now, Ye made several inflammatory comments about the death of George Floyd, where he claimed that Floyd had not been killed by police brutality, despite a jury finding ex-officer Derek Chauvin guilty of the murder of Floyd. But Ye says that it was actually high doses of drugs that killed him. Now, in a recent interview, Ye again apologized for his comments about Floyd, even had a reaction to his own cancellation by corporations and businesses. Ye said, "I questioned the death of George Floyd. It hurt my people. I want to apologize for hurting the black people. God is showing me that by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know what it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you. I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt, because how could the richest black man be humbled other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone over one comment?" Now, we know that Ye's businesses, his personal life all began unraveling earlier this month as he debuted a White Lives Matter t-shirt at a Yeezy fashion show in Paris, which caused outrage amongst the black community. Some fans feel the shirt strengthened racist white supremacist groups that use the slogan to counteract the Black Lives Matter movement. Ye also doubled down with his comments about the Jew. He did so many things. Wow. About his comments about the Jewish community, saying that he is a Jew, and he said he's going to go DEFCON 3 on all Jews, which led to widespread backlash. Now, days ago, he went on to say, "I want to apologize and say I'm sorry for the Jewish people that I hurt." He said, as he explained, that he did not mean to be hurtful against Jews and that he felt we are all Jews as children of God. "I am sorry for hurting you as a Jewish person. I'm sorry for the way that made you feel, and I'm sorry for the entire population of a race that I feel is actually my brother, as I classify and I'm also connected with Christ in that way, and that my people came from Africa in that way." A lot of words, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of words. Maybe too little, too late. It already cost him 1.6 billion when you get right down to it.
Oh yeah.
But you know something interestingly, he's getting some support from I suppose the white supremacists, because there's a stadium where a hell of a banner appeared on the weekend with the words in big bold lettering, "Kanye is right about the Jews."
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
What I'd suggest to him, though, is that now would be a good. I mean, if something like this was happening to a Jamaican artist, they would have come out to that tune a long time and capitalize on the momentum in some way or form.
Yeah, I know the art. With Ye, the art will follow, but I just think he needs. Because what I'm feeling, and I'm not afraid to say this, I'm a fan of Ye. His creative side is amazing. I just feel like we're seeing the end of an episode that he's been through, and he's seeing probably people. He's finally letting people in to speak with him and let him understand the error of his ways, and let's just hope that we don't see something like this happen, because this is something we've seen with Ye over the years. Yeah, so he riles up, notices errors, and apologizes. So
you know what he
needs treatment.
Yeah.
In all honesty, this needed to happen.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a wake up call for him.
It definitely, definitely. It needed to happen.
Though I do believe that he actually wanted out of some of these deals. So, like he rightfully said, everything, if it's God's plan for him, it's God's plan for him. So, yay, do the right thing.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
He made some errors, and it cost him quite a lot. Trust me. We got ahead of ourselves last week in trying to unleash that Rihanna track, because there were, as you know, several emails that we got, and it seemed like we selected the wrong song in our anxiety to get it out there.
Yeah.
So they heard what happened, and they reached out and they said, "Hey, you played the wrong song." So as it is, Rihanna has released her first solo single in 6 years, entitled "Lift Me Up." And the fans out there, it seems, can't contain themselves. It was released on various platforms and on YouTube, and fans were hearing new music from Rihanna for the first time in 6 years. Lift Me Up is expected to be one of 2 solo tracks Rihanna is set to release in the coming weeks, ahead of the release of Marvel's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The second installation of the movie features Chadwick Boseman as the Marvel superhero, but the tone of the song is already hinting at what fans will come to expect from the storyline. The song isn't like Rihanna's usual music with traces of Nigerian singer Thames, who co-wrote the song in it. Rihanna's vocals are nevertheless a breath of fresh air as the pop singer holds several high notes and deep inflections. The movie is set to be released on November 11, but Rihanna's song has a touch of sorrow and a bit of mourning and brings a certain kind of feel to the movie. Words like lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, burning in a hopeless dream, hold me when you go to sleep, keep me in the warmth of your love when you depart, keep me safe and sound. Those are lyrics from the first verse of the song, and we'll get a chance to play it for you this morning. And we wish Rihanna, the Bayesian bombshell, as some people call her, all the very, very best. Remember that she's already booked for the halftime show for the Super Bowl. That is going to be, I think, in February of next year. And after 6 years, she's back on the music scene. We'll play it after we do the outro. That was
Update.
Time for us now to go to our features, but double-barreled features. We have the proverb of the day. That will be followed by the pet peeve of the morning. You can read Patois?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Let's hear it. Luckily, I don't have to read.
Oh. Let's hear the proverb of the day.
If you can't turn bun, cut and run.
What?
If you can't turn bun, cut and run.
Bars.
Is fireside business or
Bars.
da.
I don't know. It sounds like a bad piece of lyrics. I do.
Yeah.
If you can't turn bun, cut and run. I don't even need to know the meaning. I just the truth.
Well, let me help you with the meaning just in case.
All right.
Get out of any situation in which you feel threatened or pressured into doing anything against your will.
You know what's interesting here, Richie?
Tell me.
Both the proverb itself and the meaning can stand alone. Like they don't need to be related to one another if you really say that. Because I'm have to say that if you can't turn bun, cut and run, it's all right, cool.
Just in case if you don't understand.
That's cool. True, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
But,
I agree.
And it works whether you're talking about in the kitchen or otherwise.
Yep. In
Right?
the heat of a relationship.
Yeah. Get out of any situation in which you feel threatened or pressured into doing anything against your will.
True, man.
And that could be like anything.
Yeah. The meaning serious though.
Yes.
The meaning serious. Yeah.
Trust me. All right, that is the proverb of the day.
Yes,
and now we have a listener who will share their pet peeve. What's a pet peeve? Anything that you find upsetting or annoying that someone does in your presence usually. Let's find out what a pet peeve is all about.
My pet peeve are people who talk too much. Like, always want to in your business and them chat too much too. Like, you have to choose one. Not like a person who chat enough and love people business. Irks me.
Okay. They're too garrulous.
All right. To me, all right. Let me tell you with a person I love chatting off. My pet peeve, kind of similar to that, It's not say chat enough, It's when you're chatting off and you're not chatting with sense. That is where the problem is. Because, Richie, when people, I reason with people chatting off. But when it's something what makes sense, it turns out in a big reasoning, I'll chat for hours. But if you just have somebody who don't know what, that's be a nonsense. And then worse, I fling people business into the mix.
That is what irks the member of the Bridge Nation.
Yeah.
When they are dipping into other people's business.
And it's people who not going for
just
them.
yapping away.
Yeah.
My God.
I agree.
I wonder what they would suggest as punishment.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe the person's out there saying, "Go told them." Nah. So, you might have heard by now that the People's National Party has been calling for the immediate resignation of Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton. This is due to a fallout that relates to the death of 14 babies at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital between July and October of this year. They had a breakout of bacteria at the hospital, resulting in the death of several newborns. And the opposition believe that for months the Ministry of Health, headed by Dr. Tufton, was aware of the outbreak and remained silent. The opposition is extremely concerned about the way in which the situation has been dealt with and is demanding a thorough and speedy investigation into the matter. This morning, we're joined by Dr Morais Guy, Shadow Minister of Health and Wellness for the People's National Party, to discuss this unfortunate matter. Good morning, Dr. Guy. Good morning and welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Richie. Good morning, listeners. I'm good, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Doc, what are you able to share about the recent discovery of this bacterial outbreak that has claimed the lives of 14 babies at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital?
Well, the only thing that is not in the public domain is that we are very concerned and particularly incensed that the minister chose not to reveal this or to share this with the nation when he found out. This that happened in July, the first case. We had 9 cases then for the entire month, 2 afterwards in August, 2 in September, and we are told 1 so far in October. What I find strange is that each time the minister speaks or gives us some information, there is a change in either the number or the timelines. An article in one of today's daily indicated the numbers and said there was none for October, although we were told that there's 1 for October. We were also told that the minister was aware in late August, and then we were told that he was aware in September. Now, the numbers were initially 12, now they are 14, and what we're calling for is a complete audit. And if one may use the term fess up. You know the term fess up, Richie?
Mm-hmm. Confess.
Fess up with the Jamaican people. Exactly what happened. How many died? What the circumstance under which they died? What measures were put in place? And importantly, when did he hear?
Are you of the view that the minister then would have been aware of this development and sort of deliberately held the information, kept it away from the public domain?
It is my view.
Yes.
It is my view. In fact, I mean, when you look at it, something as significant as this, 9 babies dying in 1 month at one institution due to infection. The minister not only held it from the nation, he didn't call his boss and tell him. He didn't advise his cabinet colleagues because, you know, this whole thing of collective responsibility, right? Cabinet members hug up everything. They are responsible for what happens in the country. So hiding it from them, hiding it from the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, as I told, was only told the day that it bust, you know, which was Wednesday. So, you know, yes, we are all drawn to that conclusion.
There are many out there listening right now who would be saying, well, you know, Dr. Tufton was doing a fairly good job during the pandemic and so on. And they're of the view possibly that calling for his resignation is a call that is politically motivated. What would your response be to that?
I don't want people to feel as that tit for tat, because you do recall that in 2015, that the opposition, then opposition, current government was calling for Fenton's resignation. But the truth is that this is not only the thing that has happened under his watch. We had the shortage of oxygen. We had people dying during COVID. So irrespective of the fact that he did a quote-unquote good job during the COVID pandemic, the public relations that were centered around that suggested that. But there were many challenges. We had the number of people who died, babies who died as a result of, children who died as a result of the mosquito-borne infection years ago. So you know, it's a constellation of things.
Mm-hmm. Greetings, Dr. Guy. Shelz here.
Shelz, morning.
Morning, sir. What does the opposition plan to do if Dr. Tufton does not resign?
Well, we can't do anything. We call for his resignation. The opposition has called for it. Civil society will have to determine what pressures they exert. Ultimately, it's the Prime Minister who has that decision to make.
Okay.
There are one of two things. Either the Prime Minister makes that, or Minister Tufton will do what has happened in other parliamentary democracies where ministers have erred, they resign.
And importantly to me personally, Dr. Guy, have you been in contact with any of the parents affected?
Currently, our women's movement is trying to find the names of those persons because, it is something that is still doctor-patient confidentiality.
Right.
The hospital will not reveal those. And as I said at the press conference, our women's movement is led by Miss Patricia Duncan, is asking any of the mothers to get in touch with us because we'd like to empathize with them, express our condolences, and give them some amount of psychological support.
Dr. Guy, this is a statement I'm reading that was that was made by a senior member of the JLP at a function in Clarendon recently. He said, "The Prime Minister and Minister of Health and Wellness have carried Jamaica through the roughest time we've had, carried us in such a way that we came through better than many other countries." Recently, we have heard that the call for the resignation of the Minister of Health, that is a disrespect after all that they have done. That was a statement made by Colonel Charles Sr. How do you respond to a comment like that?
Well, at the same time, when you're talking about performance, the truth is that in our type of democracy, irrespective of what you have done before, when you do something quite egregious, what you have done in the past does not really matter. What happens now is that the minister deliberately withheld information from the country, from the cabinet, from the prime minister. Right? That in itself, if you look at some other parliamentary democracies, you'll find that they would have it already.
I want to delve a little bit deeper into the bacteria that caused this outbreak, because I'm also concerned as to whether or not there could be a similar kind of outbreak at other medical institutions. This kind of bacteria is seemingly quite a dangerous one.
It is, but one has to understand, and I guess that's why you're asking the question. Klebsiella is a bacteria that is found in the gut of everybody. Mm-hmm. When our open areas get contaminated with it, what will happen is that you develop an infection which will spread throughout the blood system, in the respiratory system, and what can happen is that if, as in this case, it was a drug-resistant type of Klebsiella, it makes treatment very, very difficult. You don't have the appropriate antibacterial drug to treat it. So it is usually spread by cross-contamination from one infected to the other. And we are concerned as to whether the staff at Victoria Jubilee Hospital had the proper protective equipment so that they would not be spreading from one to the other, i.e., when they look after one child, they would take off what they have on, put on new gloves, new mask, and go to the next child to look after them. So that is part of the concern we have, irrespective of the fact that the minister has mentioned, and correctly too, the number of nurses that are there. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, Richie, we have never had that 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio that the minister has spoken about. When we had the outbreak in Cornel Regional in 2015, it was 1-to-7, and none of the hospitals currently operating to respond specifically to your question, that none of the hospitals currently operating have a ratio of 1-to-2.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Guy, we wait to see whether or not we'll get a response to your call or that of the opposition from Dr. Tufton, and we will see how that goes. And thank you so much for your thoughts this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure as always.
All right, take care.
Give thanks, sir.
All the best. This is the sound that you must identify.
All right, you heard the sound and you're still clueless. Don't worry, we got 2 clues for you. First one, iron. Second one, plastic.
Iron, plastic.
But
iron, and plastic. And if you're looking at the streaming portal, you'll see that fantastic gift package. Man, every time I look at it, I'm like, why, dear Lord, am I not able to enter the Secret Sound game? Yeah, we have to thank, of course, those who supplied us with that gift
massive
package.
distribution.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. So, can you figure it out? What sound did you just hear? Remember the clues: iron and plastic. Factor that into your equation and solve this problem. What sound is this? We've played it so often. It's almost a month now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while. So let's go in one time. Good morning, you're on the air. Welcome. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning and welcome. Who's calling?
Don from Clarendon.
All right. Big up yourself. Good to hear you, man. Has it started raining down there yet?
No, not as yet.
Oh, the weather peeps are saying you might get some rain today. Just be ready in case, all right?
Yes.
Now, what is your answer to the Secret Sound game?
That sounds like cutting up cabbage and a
Cutting of cabbage. We have never gotten that answer or anything close to that. Cutting cabbage on a cutting board, you said?
Yes.
Ah. He's a man who love cook, don't?
Definitely.
Yeah, man. You can tell Sam can't help himself in the kitchen. Well. That is a clever answer.
Uh-huh.
And it's deserving of some kind of a reward.
True that.
What will he get?
John, Don. John, hush.
All right, take care.
Good try.
We don't upset the Don. Try again, though, Don. Know yourself. Right now, let's go in one more time to our second caller. Good morning. Welcome to the Secret Sound game. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Ian?
Ian in the building.
Yes.
Morning, Ian. Welcome.
Morning to you and Shelz.
How's everything with you, bro? All is well?
Yes, basically.
All right. I know that if you got this gift package we've been trying to give away, that would make you much better.
Yes.
That's better.
That is it.
Okay.
So,
I think it's somebody using a pepper shaker and shaking in a pot with the pepper out of it.
pepper shaker.
Mm-hmm. Iron pepper shaker.
Oh.
And shaking the pepper into the pot.
Okay. And usually the pepper shaker would have, even if it has some metal, it also has some plastic, right?
Right.
So those two clues would factor in. Ian is thinking. He's a thinking man. Mm-hmm. And you know that Ian is a man where him no roll out after, but when him roll out, he means business. Mm-hmm. Yo, you ready to celebrate, brethren?
Yeah, well, I would like to.
You would like to. Well, let's see what you do when you hear this. John, well, yeah, and it didn't work this time. Try again, though, bro. All right, let's go in one more time to our next caller. It was not Don who did it, neither did Ian. Good morning. Who is calling?
Hello, morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, man. We don't even know that. We know do what again.
Who is Bonnie?
No, Delroy.
Say your name again, caller.
Delroy.
Oh, Delroy.
From Winnow Road. Yeah, man. Nice hearing from you, Delroy. All is well, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm here. I went to my wife, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
she must love you even more because you've been trying real hard at it. Let's see what you come with this morning.
Well, it's a plumber cutting. You know the water pipe with an axa.
PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Axa.
Yo.
It's iron and plastic.
Oh, you have it covered this, you know. Now clear the sound again. Hold on. I wonder if his wife will celebrate with him this morning. You just heard what he described. Delroy going in for this gift package, especially for his wife. What is your wife's name?
Caroline.
Carol.
Oh, Caroline.
Caroline. Okay.
She will love this gift package.
Well, you've worked hard, Delroy. You're in Eastern Kingston, right?
Yeah.
It's not that far from where we're located. The time has come. Tell them, Shelz. Damn it.
Jano. Where did that come from?
I didn't expect that.
Oh, where that far from?
Ooh, I turned my back because I didn't want to see what Jody was saying. I thought he had nailed it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy, that is at least two people who are not celebrating right now. Delroy or Carolyn. But right now we have one other person who gets a chance to celebrate. Good morning, you're on the air. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome. Who's calling?
Empress J.
Empress J.
All right. Where are you calling from, Empress?
Mandeville.
Mandible. Cool, Mandible.
Cool.
Okay. What's your answer this morning, Empress?
I think it's a lint brush remover, and then you use the iron to press out whatever it is, like a denim or something.
Oh, so you use the lint remover.
Lint brush,
Yeah.
right? Plastic.
Yeah. And then now you use the iron to iron the piece of clothing.
Yeah.
Right.
You're an empress. You deserve a royal salute.
True that.
And you're going to give it to me, aren't you?
We are going to make sure that you
gonna
get
get something.
You get the royal treatment.
You're getting something.
So here it is. It's something different, don't?
That's a royal one.
That's royal. All right, well, listen, we're out of time. Now, we have a very special guest that we'll be talking to, and this individual is the founder of ConnectJA. Now, ConnectJA started in 2011 by Dr. Levy, Dr. Cornel Levy, and some of his alumni from rural St. Catherine. This was started after a teacher requested a computer for the Guys Hill High School. ConnectJA was able to provide a 40-foot container with books and other computer peripherals based on that teacher's request. ConnectJA took on life right after that first initiative with the tagline, Connecting Jamaica One School at a Time. Sounds like the kind of things that we like to highlight.
Yeah.
And so without further ado, we'd like to say good morning and welcome Dr. Cornel Levy, founder of ConnectJA. Good morning.
Good morning, sirs. How are you guys?
We're
Good
sir.
morning to you, Doc. We're doing quite well, and we have to start, having read what I just did, by saying congratulations to you and the
Very well
team
done.
that have done so well in terms of helping students back here in Jamaica. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us a little bit more now about ConnectJA and the impact it has been making, really, or having since 2011 when it came into being.
All right. So since 2011, we have a pilot project, and that's the Guys Hill High School. That's up there in rural St. Catherine, a little above Lynn State. So Guys Hill has been the beneficiary of quite a few. Firstly, in about 2015 or so, we dedicated or we donated a 40 computer lab. 40 computers. The Minister of Education at the time was Rod Reed. He was there, and we had Mr. Allen from RJR. They were actually there to help us cut the ribbon. So we've had some highlights before. So since then, we wanted to refresh that lab. So for this year, that's why I'm here today. From last week is. We are now giving back to Guys Hill again another 50 desktops to sort of refresh that lab. Along with that, the shipment that we sent to offset those, that to refresh that lab, we sent 85 desktops, probably about 22 or so laptops. However, Guys Hill, we get 50. I've gotten already 50 of those desktops. We are now in the process. I've already given. I'm going to head over to Alpha Boys to give them 5 desktops. I've given Meadowbrook High School 2 laptops, 3 desktops. I've given to Horizon Park primary or basics, not basic, all age school. I've given them 3 desktops. And Thornbury is another school out there, rural St. Catherine. They've gotten 5 desktops. And lastly, Mount Angus in St. Mary, I've gotten 5 desktops too. So I've been doing a lot in regards to giving back to the schools that we think are disenfranchised, but some schools are not that disenfranchised, but they still benefit from what we've given.
And you're not stopping there, are you?
No. So what we've been doing, so this is the thing, to offset those costs, because it costs what the Ministry of Education have been doing. The Ministry of Education, they sort of clear the packages when it gets to Jamaica. However, on the United States front, we have to foot all of that cost for shipping. So a 40-foot container is no light load. It's a heavy task. So what we've been doing to offset those costs, we are having concerts. So the last concert we held was in September, where the headline of that concert was Mr. Michael Bolton. So after that
Legends in Concert.
Legends in Concert.
Yes.
Yes. So Legends in Concert, I was on the Winford Williams show this past weekend, and we sort of highlight and talk a little about what the concert brings. So after that concert, we are getting some traction. We are getting people calling us. So the primary reason, one of the primary reasons, again, the primary reason is to deliver on our promises. However, we're still looking for those Fortune 500 companies here in Jamaica, for lack of a better term, the Grace Kennedys, the Digicels, the whatever companies that are here that are listening, to come aboard and help us to, get these shows off the ground so we can impact more schools. One person gave us an idea that there are boys in Kingston when schools are in session that are doing the squeegees things, wiping car glasses. And one of the suggestions was to, provide 2 meals, so the only meal that a parent would be responsible for while school is in session is dinners. So what we would have done is to give them breakfast, give them lunch, they go home and get dinner. And we also want to do a uniform program as well. So 2 meals per day plus uniform. So there's no excuse for a boy to be out even on the streets of Kingston or Montego Bay doing that squeegee thing as the excuse. They will be given food, they will be given uniform.
Yeah. Wow. Just to dwell a little bit longer on the Legends in Concert event, how did it go? We know that Tanya Stevens and Ghost, I think I remember Louis Culture and Carlene Davis were among those on the lineup. Did it go over very well?
Yeah, well, that lineup that you mentioned was for last year, 2021. The lineup for this year was Master Griffiths, lost, of course, Michael Bolton, and there was Jixie King, and there was a couple more local artists on there as well. But that went well. As I said, this is the one that has been pushing us in the highlight. This is the one that got us on the Winford Williams show. This is the one that have people calling us, asking to be a part of what we're doing. So we have been very impactful. The demographic that we try to reach, people that looks like us, we wanted to have another demographic to come out and support. However, we did not get as many as we wanted. There was a little filtration of the audience, but we didn't see that demographic. However, our Caribbean folk did support as we knew they would.
Okay.
Nice. Speaking of support, Dr. Levy, credit to what you and your team have done so far. Is there any way for persons to donate or even volunteer with ConnectJA?
Yes. So we have a website, ConnectJA.com.org or .net. www.connectja.org.com or .net. When you click on that, send an email, or you click on donate, everything will come directly to me or one of the persons on the ConnectJA board. So we do have that forum for people to get along, to get to us and to actually participate in what we're doing.
Nice.
Do you care to highlight any other members of your team at ConnectJA?
Sure. So our team, actually, it's twofold. So I have 2 teams, actually. We have the ConnectJA team that started the organization in 2011, as well as we have the Legends in Concert team. So it's a little different. I'm trying now to restructure and to make sure that we merge both teams together. However, the ConnectJA folk, which started with us from 2011, was because one of my members actually passed. His name was Elvis Foster. He was a vice president for some time, but unfortunately he had to go. We have Miss Janet Williams, Janet Williams, Dr. Williams. There are 2 Janets actually. We had Charmaine Grant Hamilton. We have Paul Fraser, Miss Vivian Boudou. Quite a few. So those are the primary ones. And on the Legends in Concert team, we have myself, Papa Biggie, who's the may have known Papa Biggie because he has been a Jamaican DJ for some
I know
time.
Papa Biggie quite well, yes.
Okay, so Papa Biggie is the one that was instrumental in getting us doing concerts. Then there is Mr. Alwyn Rose, Mr. Sean Young, and Mr. Noel Reed. So those are the primary folk that got us started. But now we have 2 new members added to the team, which is my son, Lucian Lynn, and then there is Tess Pearsley. So that the consistent, that's what our Legends in Concert team is consisting of. But again, it's a big team, and we're going to merge them both together as we're currently, as we speak, looking to restructure. And one of the things that I want to do as I'm here, because one member suggests that we do that, is to have a charter or chapter of the ConnectJA here. But I need to actually today, because today is my last day, when I go into Kingston, probably talk to the business, whatever business. I know in Georgia, it's the Georgia Secretary of State. That's where you go and start the organization. I need to know where I go to Jamaica to start a non-profit organization, so we can have that legal entity here in Jamaica as well.
Okay, all right. Well, good luck with that. I mean, obviously, through your assistance, a number of parents who, really do not have the wherewithal to provide for their children are getting help. And for that, we commend you and all the work that you've done so far. And we hope that you'll find the strength, the energy, and the financial resources to continue keeping on this path. Thank you so much for talking with us, Dr. Levy.
Thank you, sir.
And all the best. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's Dr. Cornel Levy. And good morning to our friends over there at TP Deco as well.
And it's time for us to get into that interview with that bad artist. I'm talking about Iestro. Now, he has been serious about his craft from an early age in a Bridge Nation. He is a prolific songwriter and an inspiring singer who has been using his positive music to help heal the world. Gifted with an exceptional voice, the Lovers Rock artiste began performing professionally in 1995. Now, he's done many notable works, and including a song that's recently been produced and released and highly praised. It's called Stronger. So we're going to have a nice little reasoning with none other than Iestro. Greetings, Iestro. Welcome to Top of the Bridge.
Man,
up and go.
Love, man. Bless and love. Give thanks for having me,
All right, give thanks. Our pleasure, man. Now, right off the bat, you know, I have to ask a question, I'm a general. How did you come up with the name Iestro? Does it have any, special meaning to you?
Well, a virgin of mine, they used to call me Simbad, back in the time. And a family of mine said Simbad, no, man, I call her Maestro. So he give me the name Maestro. And I go for record to a producer. And I finish record the song and I tell the virgin my name and the show me say, yo, mice. You know the mice thing that I'm going to give it to you with that mice thing there. Yeah, so I share for name, because them type of song I'm here, you have some eye meditation you have in you. So, yeah, so people call me Iestro the Maestro, it's Iestro.
Nah, yeah. mad. Now, you started, I read that you started, working on your craft from an early age. So is it safe to say that music or becoming an artist was something that you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I always love it. From Michael Jackson, I beat it in the 80s, kid. I always take on to it. I used to sing like Michael Jackson. I and Chilla you and them you there.
Yeah.
We got school together, so it's like we always in a competition at school with singing. However, Chilla you leave school and go straight to the studio. Me have to leave school and go work. Yeah.
So
that's that.
Yeah, man, I understand the vibes, man. So would you say it's everything you imagined it, being, or have you had any challenges? What were some of the challenges you faced?
Well, the challenges my face is for producers, where we shun me. You know what I mean? But because I'm not really to force up myself too much. So more time I approach a producer, them behave some type of way. And the type of song them again, them like them want them type of song there. Them time they're in the bad man and gunman era. So pretty much them want some type of song like that. And I feel like music is more than badness and gun lyrics. You know what I mean?
Straight.
So I never really down for that. You know what I mean? No money couldn't make me do certain type of music. Cause really, I not do music for the money. You know what I mean? I don't say music is a mission. So you know, me do music for the truth and the rights, you know.
Which is right, man. So that was the meditation that encouraged you to form your own record label?
Yes.
Yes. Respect, man.
Yes, because when I come take a trip to foreign, yeah, you know, I come to say, you have to just be your own thing, because my virgin father always have to miss a self-reliance for the high science, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you see me? So, yeah. So, me just know it's a circle, brother, and I have to do it for myself, you know?
Yeah, man. And how you say it? It's I Courage Music 1111? That's how you say it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Respect, man. Respect.
Yes,
Alright, so we could go into the music itself now. So, you have a track out there named Stronger. What the message behind it? What's the inspiration behind Stronger?
Well, Stronger is a message where you've been neglected and rejected by people, by producers in the music game. And you just decide to watch it. I stay strong, I stay focused, not do this thing of myself, regardless. You know what I mean? By all means necessary, you know? So it's just one of them things that we are doing our own thing in this time. When the internet come and take over the thing. So it's like we can really sidestep some producer and produce itself and put it out.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know, say that enough artists I do nowadays still, you know. Iestro, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Because now, owning your own music are the way for go, and we appreciate where you go. So, before we play Stronger, because we have it over, you know the thing go, where can persons find you and your music?
It's Iestro_music. That's MUZIK. So, Iestro, that's IESTRO_music. And the I is a common I. That's the I with the dot on the top. Common I. Yeah, because we used to have I, and people think I Lestro.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Know so much is I with the dot on top, you know? I'm more big up Richie B.
Yeah, I'm there, Richie.
Bless up.
Big up Richie B. Richie B. From a time you're supposed to remember I. Maybe you don't remember, but you must remember I. Come here and Paul let you say on the road there and Chuck Fender them time you have the road show go on, you know? All over the country, you know.
All right.
And we used to do that, you know, all over the country I work with you.
Enough respect, man.
Respect, man.
Used to call me surprised. Elliot used to call me surprised in them days, you know?
Yeah. Bless up, my brother. Give thanks, in.
Respect,
yes,
man.
More love,
love,
brother.
All right, enough respect and love, Iestro. Just keep up the good work, you understand me? The journey continues.
Yes, man.
All right.
Not true.
Yeah, man, give thanks. I don't know, so I'm going to play Stronger right now for the people. So, yes, Bridge Nation, that was Iestro. And let's hear his track, Stronger.
Jaja, you hear my cry, oh Jaja.
And it's now time for the Global Connection. We here on Bridge 99 FM now join our partners, our big sister station in New York City, Irie Jam Radio.
Yeah.
And I suspect DJ Roy is standing by. Morning, Roy.
Morning.
That is it.
Morning, Bridget. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Go on.
The excitement of the weekend is still telling in your voice.
Oh man, let me tell you. First and foremost, the venue, before I even get into the performance, the venue is an amazing venue because you have 3,000 people plus in a room, and everybody in that room felt that they were in or at center stage, because the circular stage just works for everybody, and everybody gets a front seat sooner or later. And performances by Beres Hammond, I've seen Beres perform over and over, so I know what to expect. But he took it to another level with Dean Fraser, Cat Core, and Monty Alexander. It was an amazing collaboration with all of them. At one time, they were all on stage at the same time. They were in and out the stage. It was just an amazing show.
Yeah,
well put together.
Another sold out performance, and I don't think many people have had the distinction of actually filling that venue. Beres now can add that as one of his achievements.
Yeah, and you can also add to his achievement that over the summer and in the tri-state area alone, he sold out 4 venues.
Wow!
In the tri-state area alone, he sold out 4 venues. So.
He's on a roll.
Music's alive, man.
Yeah.
The music.
It's alive,
he's
definitely.
Definitely on a roll. And he also gave me the green light. He took me into his changing room and kind of scolded me a little.
That was
expected. Gave me the green light to give it to Richie B. So look in your inbox as we speak.
I am seeing it as we speak.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, Beres.
Only 3 radio personalities alive have that song.
Oh, wow. My God.
David Rodigan, Richie B, and yours truly. And he actually performed the song and asked the crowd what they thought about it. And they screamed out, yes. And he says, okay, I've got your approval. And half of them were screaming up, be a DJ right alone, I play.
Yeah, but that is an interesting.
DJ Raya alone, I play.
Yeah, maybe they should be shouting the song with DJ Raya sit down pan for 3 months and couldn't play. But that's an interesting thing, though, Roy, for him to actually to actually perform it and ask of the audience what are their thoughts. I mean, that's a good look. And it was, would you say, overwhelming in terms of the response, right?
It was, and some of them even knew the song. And that was amazing. So the power of radio is truly amazing. Richie, you've been through this. How many songs that you've presented? I remember when I got Freddie McGregor's song before it was released, and he was coming to New York, and I said to New York City, when he goes on stage, I want you to sing this. I see it and use the name of the song. Yeah. I want you all to sing the song. And Freddie performed it. I was stunned. The power of radio. So when people say radio dead and radio irrelevant, all I can say is people.
We're going to make them eat
get your numbers
words.
Up.
Shelz, I mentioned your name earlier this morning, and Shelz went off talking about that red suit, and he wants to get some clarification. Some clarification.
Yep.
Well, you know, I only work with 2 designers, and when I walked out on the stage, I told everybody in the stadium, the auditorium, that listen, I only work with Caribbean designers. I'm not into the Louis, the Gucci, the Prada. I'm not into that because everybody can wear that if they can afford it. But when you have an exclusive, Carlton Brown, you have an exclusive suit.
Yeah.
And I got to big him up, of course, from Mountain View Avenue, and he's been doing it internationally. When I go into an Italian store in Kew Gardens and they know Carlton Brown, it tells me that he's doing an amazing thing. So, yeah, Carlton Brown, I was
big
wearing.
Up Carlton.
It wasn't that, it
Suit
was
fresh.
Michael Gillens. Yeah, man. Yeah. And colorful, don't it?
Yeah, man. Just in time for the Christmas, you know?
By the way, when I was in New York the other day, I stopped by our mutual friend at Raphael's.
Oh, okay.
And I was asked to say hello to you. It is just coming back to me now. So we have a brethren who works at Raphael's in one of the big malls up there, man. Takes care of us from time to time too.
Right.